3, 2, 1. Oh my God, that's cold.
Oh, jeez. That was the coldest one we've had in a while.
That was cold.
Wow.
You guys okay?
Welcome back to You Betcha Radio podcast presented by fairwaymeatmarket.com. We're the coldest podcast in all the Midwest. I am Miles, You Betcha guy, here with Ryan, the t-shirt guy, and we have a phenomenal show ahead of you. We actually got our hands on some Busch Dog Brew, and we gave it the official review, the official stamp of a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the first segment. Then we welcome on a new member of the You Betcha crew and their new podcast, segment 2. And then we close it out with Fairway Gate.
Oh,
Tyler's biggest blunder to date. We welcome on the CEO of Fairway Stores. But before we get into that, we do want to talk to you guys about fairwaymeatmarket.com. Holiday season is here. Black Friday is here. Cyber Monday. Christmas is coming. All holidays are coming. And Fairway Meat Market is the place that you need to go to get that present for dad, brother, mother, lover, the whole shebang. And we got a new meat package for you guys. We got some new meat. This one is called the Holiday Package. It is up on the website right now. It includes a 4 ribeyes, 4 filet mignons, and a side dish.
Oh.
So what I like about this is a little bit smaller meat package, a little bit more affordable price point for everyone, which is awesome. And it's one of those things that it would be great for a nice family to have during the holidays. And so the price of this normally is $130. But if you use code YouBetcha, as always, YOUBETCHA with no space, you'll get $30 off and make it free shipping. So, I mean, $100, that's a great gift for dad. $100 right there. Dad's your golden child. We keep saying it every week. If you want to be the golden child at Christmas, get dad some meat.
Get him the meat
from Fairway Meat Market, guys. There's just no other way to put it other than it's just elite meat. Did I just do
elite meat? My gosh.
Elite meat. We got to maybe get that on a shirt for Fairway or something.
The eliteness of the meatness.
Exactly. So they got elite meat over at Fairway, and head to their website, get the holiday package, code YouBetcha for $30 off and free shipping. Great gift for dad. And guys, let's just get into the show.
I would venture to say it's almost the nectar of the gods. Back, baby, back. I want my... Oh my God, that's cold.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Hello, and welcome back to episode 94 of the You Betcha Radio podcast. I am Ryan, the t-shirt guy. And guys, the Black Friday sale is in full swing right now. The site is fully loaded. OUBetcha.com. With every order of $25 or more, we're giving you guys a free Midwest's Best flag.
Free.
You heard that right. We said free. With every order of $25 or more, go check it out. The site is stacked right now. OUBetcha.com. It's time to start Christmas shopping, guys. And
we got ugly sweaters.
Ugly sweaters.
Shit, I was going to wear an ugly sweater on the podcast. Maybe I'll wear it later. Ugly sweaters, fishing shirts restocked.
Fishing shirts.
And everything else is restocked as well. So
it's loaded. Go check it out, guys. Black Friday's here. The site is ready to go. OUBetcha.com. Miles, we are reverting back to a segment we did in probably in the 80s.
Episode it was?
I think it was in the 70s.
Wow.
Really?
It was a while ago.
So we were finally able to get our hands on the old Busch Dog Brew. Hold it up, Ryan. For those listening, we'll put it on our Instagram page. Take a photo with them after. Yikes.
Yeah.
Read what it says on the can here.
All right, guys. This is pork bone broth, dog brew by Bush, and it does say it is made for dogs.
So of course it's going to be perfect for Ryan.
I'm a dog. I'm a dog.
Yeah, they should have spelled the DAWG on there.
Yeah, and I never DOGG. It also does say, Miles, intended for dogs only. But again, I am a dog.
But like it's pork bone broth. Like you
That's what
should
I'm
be able
thinking.
to eat this or
And-
drink this, right?
Well, Tyler was telling me too before the podcast that your child has eaten dog food
My kid
before.
has gotten into the dog food. Yes.
So I think if
He's
he can-
alive.
he can do that. I can do this.
Right. I mean,
Hey, first ingredient, bone in pork butt. It's literally what it says. Pork butt. Is
I
that
like a
some-
good pork butt.
hey, pork butt's probably the best part of the pork.
Yeah.
most tender.
Most
Yes.
tender, most juicy.
So ingredients are bone in pork butt. I'm a grown man with a full-time job, and I think that the word butt is still funny.
Yeah.
Whole corn, celery, basil, mint, turmeric. Is that
Turmeric.
Turmeric,
Yep. Good for the joints.
I don't think that's how you pronounce that, is it?
Turmeric. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's not how it's spelled for sure.
TUMERIC.
Nope. TURM. So that's definitely
Silent R.
Okay.
Silent R.
I'm not
If
buying
you
that.
roll the R, turmeric.
Ginger and water. So
It sounds.
If it was dangerous for you, there'd be a Surgeon General's warning. So you're good, Ryan.
yeah, there
there's-
would be a yucky sticker on it.
Yeah,
right?
a big icky
Also, you
sucker.
wouldn't be feeding that to another living, breathing
Yeah.
animal.
It sounds like I'm, maybe sitting at like a
What's the
Thanksgiving
caloric?
dinner
What's the
table.
caloric intake here? There's 16 calories.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
I can, if it fits your macros, then this will be good.
Yeah.
Should we just get into it, Miles?
Yeah. Is there anything? I want you to. This is your pre-game interview here. How are you feeling drinking dog food? Basically,
I'm actually feeling pretty good. Just
Okay.
based off of what Tyler's told me, dog food, dog brew, not going to hurt me. So going into it, I really don't know what to expect. I expect dog food in my mouth, but at the same time, big pork butt guy. Big pork butt. So yeah, it's like sitting down for supper and
yeah. I mean, you
get my
haven't had
liquids
lunch
in.
yet, so here you go.
no, get my liquids in.
All right.
Let's do it.
That was Bush and dog. All right. How's it smell? Let me smell it. Let me smell it. Oh, that doesn't. That just kind of smells. It smells very salty, right?
Yep.
Very salty.
Yep.
Here goes nothing. He's going for it. Little sip.
You know what? That's not too bad.
Oh my God.
It's actually not. It's not even like cringeworthy.
But is it cold?
I want.
It's not cold. It's warm. It's lukewarm.
Why don't we put it in the fridge? Maybe
Because-
you wouldn't want it in the fridge.
because a dog would probably prefer this being like lukewarm, so you're gonna suck it down quick.
So take a real drink here. Oh my God.
oh god,
Way worse.
it's kind of sweet.
What?
It doesn't taste like it smells.
I want to try it, but I absolutely don't.
Celery, turmeric. I'm definitely tasting the ginger. That's probably the sweeter taste to it. Pork butt definitely puts it a little bit higher on the totem pole. I don't really know how I feel about that, but I feel like, a nice, strong golden retriever would suck
All right,
this
I'm gonna
stuff up quick.
I'm gonna fucking try it. Here we go.
Give her a go. It's not carbonated either. so-
Miles, this is it. Miles, you betcha guy. The Bush dog brew, pork bone broth. The official review.
cheers, Miles.
Cheers. Yeah, not as bad as you think.
Not terrible.
Not something that I'm gonna want to drink a lot of.
No. No. I was gonna try
Definitely
and justify
very
it.
salty. I'm getting like almost like a barbecue type of vibe, like after the late aftertaste of barbecue chips.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
very salty. I'm just getting barbecue chip vibe.
Ryan's going in for thirds.
Do you feel that now? Do you taste that?
Would you cook with it?
100%. Barbecue chip
Like
vibes. That's a great.
like aftertaste
Yeah.
of a barbecue chip. Yeah.
What was your question, Tyler?
Would you cook with it?
I would maybe think about cooking with it. I don't know what I'd cook with it. Other
Maybe
than
like a stew?
Maybe like a pork butt.
A pork butt?
Maybe when I'm doing that.
But the thing is, you're getting so much nutrients out of just this one can.
I absolutely would feed that to my dog that I don't have.
Yeah, corn, celery, basil, mint. I'm not tasting any mint. Right.
I'm
going
to be honest though. I'm not going back in for another drink.
I think 3 sips is good enough for me. Tyler, do you want to take a stab at it?
No, I trust your guys' expertise.
Oh, come on, Tyler.
I do. I trust
Tyler.
it. You guys know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about, and your word is law in this situation, and I'll take it as that.
So yeah, I can't believe that we just
Drank dog food.
I think if you were to like get your dog a bowl of food and then pour this over the top to kind of soften it up a little bit, that would also be a good
that'd
move.
be a mess.
It's a nice little Thanksgiving treat for them.
Yep.
Tyler, did you say that you've given some sort of broth to your dog before, or did you give your dog this?
No, I have 2 cans that I'm going to give him though.
Yeah, and then you record it and post it on the You Betcha Radio Instagram.
You got it.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad.
No, not at all.
It would be a lot though if you were imagine even just drinking a half a can of that. Ryan?
Oh God,
What's it like?
I think I would be sick at that point.
What is it like compared to drinking like the broth in a chicken noodle soup when you're done with the chicken and the noodles?
This is definitely more like salt. What are you doing?
Tyler asked a question. I was trying to give him an honest answer.
It's like more salty.
Salty. It is kind of sweet.
I mean, I guess maybe the sweetness is like the barbecue. I don't know why I get barbecue flavor, but
I know 100% what you're referring to. It's not as good, Tyler. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
I would rather have chicken noodle soup.
Needs to be watered down a little.
No, this is way watered down.
Okay.
What? No, it
Watered down.
To be watered down, Tyler.
Okay.
Why don't you let the review from Ryan, why don't you let the professional reviewer talk about if it needs to be watered down or not?
I don't know.
Can we talk about how I basically just started saying that I could review stuff and just started posting review stuff, and now people like view me as a legit reviewer.
Yeah.
Your credentials pre your first review were 0.
All it took was like, I think actually, you know what solidified me as a legitimate reviewer is the Bush Apple one.
Yeah.
Because that was extremely accurate.
Extremely accurate. I've just nailed it on the head with the flavor and what it was all about. Obviously the Spotted Cow versus Bush Light one was there was no legitness. That was legitness. But that the Bush Apple one really solidified me, and now the Dog Brew one.
So here's what I think they try to do with intended for dogs only, made for dogs. So, on the Bush latte cans, they had to put like, this is not like coffee or this is not caffeinated or something like that. Just to, you just have to cover yourself. So people aren't buying it for the morning coffee.
They probably also like don't want people to think like, oh, maybe this is just a Bush can that donates money to dogs to rescue dogs or something.
So I feel better
about it. Which I think they did something
pretty
like
sure
that.
It is.
Yeah.
That is what it is, but it is not beer.
Correct.
Yeah. So because Tyler's dog can't talk and let us know what he thinks of it, that was our human review of the Bush Dog Brew. We were finally able to get our hands on it. I don't know why we weren't able to get our hands on it earlier.
Still better than Spotted Cow?
100%.
Okay.
Yes. So
serve to your pet as a tasty nutrition boost, whether it's a liquid treat or to soften dry food.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll STF you then.
Well, I've got 2 cans. I'll try them both, and I'll report back with Jack's results.
Well, you can have this one too.
Yeah, you can.
That's okay.
We'll put some.
We'll put it in like a sippy cup. You can take it home in the truck.
We'll get you a to-go cup, Tyler.
Perfect.
When I'm done with my holiday coffee here, I'll just.
I cannot wait to get this taste of the Dog Brew. Good brew.
Great brew.
But cannot wait to get the taste of that out of my mouth with some nice holiday coffee.
I'm glad we did it, but I won't do it again.
I'm glad I tasted it. I can now say that I have tasted it. Yeah, it feels good. So, guys, next on the podcast after our break, it's something that I'm pretty stoked about. We teased the new podcast network before, and we are finally going to reveal one of the new ones, the Hot Dish podcast with Allie and Bailey are their names. Allie will actually be joining us on the podcast next segment because she was the gal that was featured in our Hangry girlfriend video that came out yesterday.
She's the hangry girlfriend.
She's the hangry girlfriend. Disclaimer, she is not my actual girlfriend, so let's just get that out there. No, she is not my girlfriend, but
she's just part of the brand now.
Yeah, we got her in on the brand, and I actually am really enjoying listening to their podcast as like a consumer, which I don't do a lot.
Yeah, we know. Double Bogey Show.
And so you got to go subscribe to the Hot Dish podcast. It is the first episode will be airing next week. So the trailer is up. You can find it at The Hot Dish on all streaming platforms, I believe now.
It is live.
Subscribe, and maybe we'll throw the link to it in the description or something like that. So without further ado, we are welcoming on Allie from the Hot Dish, presented by You Betcha podcast. Oh, before we get into that interview, we got to talk to you guys about holiday coffee. Holiday coffee has us very caffeinated right now.
Whoa.
We both were feeling a little groggy today.
Yep.
We needed a little pick-me-up. And holiday coffee is doing that for us right now. Also, great way to wash down the flavor of
The
that
dog
brew.
brew. Kills it.
Oh my God. God, that's hot.
Whoa, I just spilled on my shirt.
Did you really?
Is that good?
Yeah, you're going to want to suck that off your shirt.
Yeah, don't waste it.
Don't waste that.
Yeah.
Nope.
This if Busch Light is the nectar of the gods, this is a close second.
Yeah.
Guys, holiday gas stations are elite gas stations that not only have fresh bomb coffee, no cap, as Jake would say. They also, you can fill up gas, you can get a car wash, you can get snacks. They got everything you need. It's a one-stop shop for you. Don't go wait in those long lines at those other coffee shops, whatever. They're getting backed up, drive-through crap. Head to holiday gas stations, get yourself a fresh ground cup of coffee, pick up some snacks for work, fill up the tank of gas, get a car wash all in one spot. That's why we love holiday. And we think you guys should look for your nearest holiday yourself and pick up a nice cup. Pick a nice cup of Joe. So
Cup of Joe.
now we will get into the interview, segment with Allie from the Hot Dish podcast by You Betcha. All right, guys, for the first time ever here on the You Betcha Radio podcast, we would like to welcome on, I would say, a new member of the You Betcha squad. Allie, cannot pronounce your last name whatsoever. You are one of the two Hot Dish podcast
That
gals.
is right.
So I think it's the first time the audience is hearing about the Hot Dish podcast, right?
Officially, yeah.
Officially,
Yep.
Ryan. Ryan's still here.
I'm here, guys.
don't be
I
wor-
got kicked out of my chair.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ladies first, I think is how that goes, Ryan. So we have a new podcast, two gals, Allie and Bailey. Allie is one of them. Bailey will be on the next podcast next week, so you'll get to meet her there. Allie, though, we wanted on this week because you were just in the Hangry Girlfriend video.
Sure was.
So I want you just to what was that experience like shooting the first You Betcha video you've ever had?
Well, the amount of times that I actually had to scream at Miles was ungodly.
Yeah, but it also it was almost a little bit too comfortable for you.
It really was. At one point, I just was screaming at him, and it was so funny because we got that DoorDash in. Like
Yep.
you actually ordered, and normally they ring the doorbell, and we had just been shooting like the screaming scenes, and of course my voice carries, and
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting,
it did
I'm
because
not
nobody
getting that.
rang the doorbell.
You're basically like a church mouse.
That is true. Accurate. No, we looked outside the door, and then we see the food there. We're like, oh my God, nobody ever rang the
Yeah,
doorbell.
DoorDash was scared. He heard yelling match. What if the police would have showed up?
Oh God. They're like, whose house is this, sir? And I get a phone call.
I am responding to a domestic.
Yeah.
No, I think, well, personally, I feel like you crushed it. And I think the audience would agree. Is that your first time acting?
It sure was, except for the fact that I didn't eat all day just so I could get into character.
That's what we call a method acting, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Ryan?
So I truly was very, very hungry.
Hey. Charlie Barons just texted me. He said, great sketch today.
Wow.
Charlie Barons gives the thumbs up to Allie herself. This is turning into too much of a tire pumping session here. I don't know if I like
my
this.
head is huge. By
because
15 minutes.
your tires are not being pumped.
Yeah,
That's
what the
why you
hell?
don't like it.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, no, I'll pump my own tires. Here we go. Big old noggin move by me to bring Allie on. So
Wow,
that is
you
correct.
are so cool.
Talent recruiter.
I saw a diamond in the rough.
In the rough.
So I saw a diamond on display.
Yeah, thank you.
We actually tell the story of the first time that the only reason why this is kind of happening on your podcast, which will be released next week. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. When I'm on your guys' podcast, we won't even tell them that story here.
Right.
So we leave a little teaser.
Stay tuned.
What else do you remember about shooting the Hangry Girlfriend video?
Okay, this was actually so funny. You guys looked at me and were like, you need to eat the food sexually. And I go, oh, okay.
Well, okay,
And-
that sounds
wait.
bad.
But here's the thing is I'm eating it while you both are looking at me. And I'm like turning the fork and I'm trying to do these like Mom, I'm doing this.
So-
and I'm like, this is literally, I'm enjoying this too much, but I'm also like frightened because I have 4 eyes.
Okay,
looking at
let's
me.
cool it on so it was the bit was that we wanted this to come off like you loved eating this food so much that it was basically like sex, is what the vibe of like the message we were trying to get across. And that after you got done eating, it was going to be like, oh, you're just like, that was so amazing.
No, I knew, yes. That, to clear that up, that's what it was
we weren't like,
for.
oh yeah, baby, work it. You know, it was just like,
No, that was the best. That was the worst part about it is you guys just stared and I was like,
well, we were trying to like, we are going to give you direction or whatever. And then Tyler just goes, all right, you know, I know we told you to like really enjoy this, but
it's
getting a
happening
little
too much.
weird in the headphones.
They
Because
did actually say that because I would be like whispering to myself, like, oh yeah, this is so good. And he goes, Allie, it might be a whisper to you, but it's clear as day in my ear. And I go, oh,
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
microphone is picking that up loud and clear. Yeah, so that was one of them. And then
It was just like, it was overall so fun to shoot. And
did you think it was going to come out like that? Because
no,
it's kind of a hack job when you're shooting it.
yeah, it's like split up and you have to come in at different angles. And me having, I don't think of myself as an angry person. My boyfriend might think differently, but I had to like get angry multiple times. They're like, okay, reenact that. And I'm like, okay, give me a second.
Okay, the thing is it wasn't that hard for you. I have worked with a few people now. I'm not like this veteran in the industry, but I've worked with enough people now that the getting angry thing came a little too natural for you.
Sorry, Austin.
Yeah, I feel bad for your boyfriend. What does he think of all this?
He actually texted me. I called him and I was like, I shot a video. I hope you're not embarrassed of me. I haven't watched it yet. And he texted me back just like 10 minutes ago, goes, that was amazing.
Oh, there we go. What a supportive guy.
Yeah.
So he said that was amazing. And did he say that was accurate or did he kind of play it off? And
I don't have my phone on me. I think it's Bailey.
Yeah. Anyways.
But overall, it was so fun. I think, yeah, it was just a blast to shoot with you. And then it just also comes so naturally to you. Like he goes, oh, do this. And so like for 5 minutes, like Miles is doing a bunch of different looks. Like,
Well, it's an audio podcast, so they can't see your looks. So give
Oh.
them an audio visual of what you were doing.
oh my God.
Hey,
Okay.
he did this, and then he did that, and then he did this.
Yeah,
People
he,
are
like-
listening. I have no idea what
He
you're
just
talking.
made like all the faces he made throughout the video. He spent like 5 minutes doing it at once. But then once I shot my scenes a little too well of screaming at him, he had to redo it because he goes, oh my God.
I did break character a couple times when there was one I started laughing about. Tyler, do you remember which one I started laughing about? She said something ridiculous.
It was the first time she said, do you love me? You're not going to answer? That means you don't love me.
I think there was also one where I was like, I cannot believe you cut up my home goods credit card.
Oh, yeah. God, what a ridiculous thing to say. Imagine it. Yeah. Oh, what a nightmare. So, yeah, I think it turned out really good, to be honest. And I was happy with the way it turned out. So,
I was very impressed with it as well.
oh, thanks. Yeah.
Not with you, but with the editing of it, Tyler.
Thanks.
First time Tyler's gotten props on this podcast for sure. So, are you just trying to get brownie points here?
Heck
so
yeah.
so that we do another video with you?
Yeah,
So-
because he'll be the one to help push me.
It'll be interesting after this kind of rolls for a little bit on social media. If anyone, like how all that goes of like just people reaching out to that and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I'm from Seattle, but I live out here now for 8
For a
years.
while, yeah.
Yeah, and my friends from Washington are messaging me like, "Hey, you know this guy?" And I go, "No, no."
Of course you know me. I mean, you're in the video.
I know. So that part's really funny. Like people from all over are messaging me about it, and it's really fun. I still haven't looked at my social media to see how many people have commented tagging me.
Yeah. So, I don't want to dive like a crazy amount into your backstory because you cover that on your podcast. It'll be
Right.
released next week, and we want people to go listen to it. But it brings a good point. You're from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
You moved here about 8 years ago. Then you started dating a guy. You said you never would live on a farm.
I said I would never, ever live out on a farm.
You're a city slicker gal.
Heck yeah. Didn't
And-
get my license till I was 20. Okay, podcast. Tune in.
Wait, yeah. But what do you do now? You're about to live on a farm?
Yep. I'm about to move to rural Minnesota with a farmer, which I never in my life thought would
You
ever
just
happen.
couldn't stay away from the farmer, could you?
God, it's so my type, and it's just sad
So,
in a good way.
100%. Good way. Did you just wink at the camera?
Audio.
For those who are
Audio
listening.
podcast.
For
Audio
those who are
podcast.
listening,
No one
she
saw
just,
it.
she just winked at the camera. So let's talk a little bit about your podcast that gets released next week, which we'll have Bailey on as well with both you. We'll talk about it, but I am stoked because that's what the initial draw was. Is I was like, I think that these two gals would be great on a podcast. I don't know how we're able to make it work. It's going way too flawlessly in my mind. There's going to be some hiccup. Allie probably will get a big head here after this video and start demanding things.
Oh, yeah.
And then just the negotiations will just fall apart.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, no, it's just like, it's been fun. I'm glad that you found us. And once you tune into the podcast, you'll find out our story, how we came about, how me and Bailey were friends. But it's just, this has been just like a dream come true. So.
Yeah, I think that you guys mesh the put together. You guys got your lives together, but just kind of like me and Ryan, like sometimes on the weekend we maybe just get like a little too drunk. Maybe
Yeah.
Let loose a little too much.
Maybe I get absolutely hammered on live on Twitch stream.
Yep.
Drink 18 beers, and then I'm a little late to work the next morning.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a lot of the premise of your guys' podcast as well. But what I like is that you guys are talking about stuff we don't talk about on the podcast.
right. Like, I think we're trying to be so as relatable as possible. Like, just talking about our everyday things and how we're making it through life, because making it through life is hard. Day-to-day stuff is not fun sometimes. And just like the struggling of it all. We talk about real life things, just work, dating, being single, being in a relationship.
That's a funny dynamic.
Yeah. So
Because-
Bailey's
like that.
single and I'm in a relationship.
So that I'm excited for that dynamic for sure.
We poke fun at each other and it's just, it's a good time.
So what's cool is like this is one of the podcasts that we are launching under the You Betcha Podcast Network. This is a little bit Tyler's brainchild. Like since we hired him, he's wanted to do a podcast network. So we're excited to finally do that and get another You Betcha podcast. Other than the Double Bogey Show, someone outside of who already works here, I'm excited about. So yeah, the hot dish.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so interesting. A Midwest take on everything. And to also have the female perspective. So that's our podcast name, The Hot Dish.
The hot dog.
The hot dog.
The hot dog show.
Allie, the hot dog gal.
Sponsored by Nathan's.
Oh, no.
You guys gonna have Joey Chestnut on first week.
Oh, gosh. Either way.
The hot dish.
I can't even pronounce my own podcast. Lord help me.
So and that's kind of the final point about it is that you guys, I think that one thing our page has been lacking is a female presence. And I love that we're adding that in now. And I think it's overdue. And I think that it'll be fun to.
Well, sitting in your studio, I think you need it.
Oh, what do you mean? You don't like the antlers? And we actually had to find another studio spot or a location because this was too manly for the Hot Dish podcast. So we'll be headed there after. But the last question I got for you, and Ryan, I don't know if you have another question, but so like I've been saying, like it was almost a little too natural in that Hangry girlfriend video.
Yes,
Is that how you actually get in real life?
Yeah. So before the video, I asked Austin, like, what am I like when I'm hangry? He goes, I don't know. You're just super, like, you just are like irrational. You get mad about everything and you flip out. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Sorry. My bad. But this is all research.
Yeah.
But now it's turning
I've
into
only been
burns.
doing that because I knew we were going to do this video and I was doing it for research.
But
is
just
what
wait
you're
for
saying.
3 months. I'll bring it up again. How you told me I was irritable and getting mad at everything.
Oh yeah. Is that a thing? What's up with girls? Why do they do that? So he called you irrational, even though you asked him what you behave like.
Right.
And then when he gets mad or you get mad 3 months later, you'll bring up that he called you irrational.
We just like to like put them down more so we win. Like if you guys have a good point, like I don't like to have you guys have a good point. Like I want to make sure you guys are
So is that a go-to for chicks that as soon as the guy has a good point, you go irrational route? You bring up old stuff maybe?
that is one of the routes you could possibly take, but that's not like a majority of it.
Oh, I was just wondering. I'm just asking questions.
Do you want me to bring out what I was like in this video?
I can feel like I'm not even gonna look. I can feel it. I'm locking eyes with Ryan.
I'm like turning my chair, like about to.
Yeah.
Ryan, how do I get out of this scenario that I just got myself into?
Well, I'll end the segment if you want.
Well, we could possibly play a trailer of our podcast and
That was quick. Order Pancheros.
Yeah. Hold on. Hey, just keep talking. Keep talking. I'm going to order here.
You're going to get. So either way, tune into our podcast. I think it's going to be so fun.
we'll roll some clip from your guys' podcast next week when we launch it. So
sorry.
This is just a teaser. Yeah, we're doing
I am hungry. I'm irrational.
Yeah. Do we actually need to get you some food?
Actually, yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Ryan, you got any more questions? You got anything else?
No, I'm excited for the podcast to come out. This is one thing in
Yeah, you've kind of been in the dark on this podcast.
This is one thing under the Betcha brand I do not know a lot about. So I'm gonna buckle up and get ready for next week.
Are you gonna be because you can kind of be like a fan / listener?
Kind of, yeah. Yep.
That's kind of fun.
But when it comes to merch, they know who they're gonna have to come to.
What was your initial thought? Because you were there when we talked to Allie about this the first time. What was kind of your initial thought?
Well, I don't want to pump her tires anymore, but
Do it.
Let's not do that.
Do
then.
it, please. No.
All right, let's end the
have to.
segment.
Allie, I thought she was a great fit, just by talking to her right off the bat. And I think this is a good dynamic to introduce into the You Betcha brand because it's a lot of you and a little bit of me and Tyler, and it's gonna be good to hear a different perspective of
Too much of you.
the Hot Dish podcast.
It's a lot of me.
And
Yikes.
see what they can come up with.
Yeah, I agree, Ryan. You brought up a good point there. So glad to have you on. We're gonna have you on next week with Bailey. It's gonna be fun. And if you haven't seen the video, the Hangry Girlfriend video, Hangry Girlfriend 101, go watch it. Let Allie know on the hot. You guys are the at Tyler. What's
Hot
the
Dish Pod.
Hot Dish? Just Hot Dish Pod. No the. So on Instagram, give them a follow at Hot Dish Pod. Let them know what you thought of the video, and then we're gonna take another break and we're gonna close out this podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Fuck, guys, we just were informed
We're still
it's
on.
at the Hot Dish Pod. What a name. At the Hot Dish Pod on
Now
Instagram.
you can't be mad at me for accidentally confusing it for the hot dog, okay?
Don't go follow the Hot Dog Podcast. I bet that is a lot different.
Unbelievable.
All right. There you go. All right.
See ya.
All right. Guys, this last week we posted a video of guys with a Traeger grill. In it was featured one of our big sponsors, you know it, fairwaymeatmarket.com. And on our videos, we like to throw captions on our video just so anyone who wants to see that. We also, there's been people who say that they are deaf and they appreciate us putting captions on our video. So that was an unintended.
Really?
Didn't even think about that.
That's cool. Yeah.
So that's a cool another thing of why we include that on our videos. But Tyler
Yikes.
created Fairway Gate.
Yikes.
And Fairway Gate is the complete misspelling of one of our biggest sponsors here at You Betcha. He spelt it in the captions FAIRWAY instead of being FARE. Tyler, can you please repeat? How do you spell fairway in this? I'll use it in a sentence. Fairwaymeatmarket.com is dope. How would you spell fairway there?
You can't read his hat either, Tyler.
Yeah.
Can't read the hat.
FAREWAY.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
Congratulations, Tyler. You learned how to spell fairway. Pretty gut wrenching after you post a video that starts blowing up about an hour in or a half hour in or whatever. And I am actually reading the captions. Name spelt wrong. I'm like, oh shit. So then we got to talk to the Fairway guys, let them know we're going to do our best to make it right. Because that's just what kind of, when you get into business with the You Betcha crew, we can't promise we're not going to mess up. We cannot promise we are not going to do something that maybe isn't the best option at the time, but we can guarantee we're going to make it right. And that's what we tried to do. Gave a little swipe up story. Tyler issued an official apology to Mr. Fairway himself. And what's cool is Mr. Fairway, Mr. Kramer, CEO, president of all of Fairway, said, I want to come on the podcast and I want to talk to Tyler directly about this. And so, Fairway Gate interview with the CEO of Fairway right now. All right, guys, we would like to welcome onto the podcast the CEO, the Prez of Fairway, Reynolds Kramer, a.k.a. Mr. Fairway. How are you, man?
Doing awesome. Great to be with you guys today.
Yeah, so obviously we had you on because of Fairway Gate. Tyler here had a little bit of a mishap. We were gonna prank Tyler, but in a weird email chain, he's like Sherlock Holmes. He found out somehow that it was gonna happen, but we thought we'd still have you on. And first of all, Tyler, is there anything you would like to say to Reynolds here?
Mr. Fairway, Mr. Kramer, I would like to formally apologize to you in as close to as person as it gets for us these days. So I am sorry, and I promise it won't happen again.
Hey, I understand. I've got some friends named Tyler, and I know that they normally spell it Tielyer, all that stuff. Spelling gets crazy. I get it.
Yes. And the thing is, I did remember to change the spelling in the captions. I just didn't save it. So that was the brain fart on my end.
That's a big conspiracy in Fairway Gay. We
Yes.
don't know. He might be
Yes.
telling the truth. He might not be. So, Reynolds, obviously you have climbed the ladder and you are the man over at Fairway. What would you do if you're giving advice to a young CEO Prez here, myself, what would you tell Tyler as his boss once this situation happens?
Just grab a couple Apple boxes and gather your stuff.
I couldn't agree more.
Easy enough.
I couldn't agree more. I was bouncing around back in my head, but this is the push I need. So, Tyler, if you would like to just hand in your keyboard and to have a good weekend.
Is there anything I get to keep? Do I get to keep the Fairway hat, or is that ship sailed?
Yeah, we might have to leave that.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't know you were such a cutthroat business guy.
Well, hey, obviously I'm just kidding. I mean, everybody gets a second chance, and so Tyler, that just means you got to work a little harder and make sure you put it all together, because obviously you gotta have a great performance, you gotta have a great show. So
Yeah, I'm on the hot seat for sure.
We've actually developed a strike system here at You Betcha, and he is on strike 89 at this point.
You
so-
only get 90.
For people who say that I'm not lenient, I mean, he gets at least 1 or 2 strikes a day. Well, I'm glad that you came on. We're super excited to have specifically FairwayMeatMarket.com as a big sponsor of ours. We're trying to push as much meat as possible, and also just the Fairway brand in general. I know that I've been to quite a few stores in Iowa. I believe I went on like a little mini bush tour in Iowa City, jumping around to the different fairways. And what I like about Fairway is that there is that family atmosphere, that the store managers come out, they shake your hand, and they're not only managing the store, but whenever they need to, they jump in and they're unpacking stuff and doing all that. And it really feels like a small business. Just let our listeners know kind of what the Fairway brand is all about.
Sure. Well, obviously we've been around over 82 years as a company, and our claim to fame is cutting meat, and the best meat there is, not just in the Midwest, but in the nation. It's fresh. We cut it every day fresh for you. We wrap it up how you want it. Nothing's prepackaged. All the stuff that typically you find at other places. The reality is, what's cool about FairwayMeatMarket.com is it's the exact product that we're cutting in all of our stores and all our meat departments. And we're cutting that in one centralized location. We're packaging it up, and then we're shipping it around the U.S. So it's not like it's something different. It's actually, if you want meat, the best meat there is, if it's a ribeye, if it's a pork chop, etc., that we're cutting in all the states that we're in the Midwest, that's what's going to get shipped to your door. So I'm down in Kansas City right now. We have a new meat market down in Kansas City, and I'm here to help them today. We got people lined up around the block trying to pick up fresh turkeys and just everything there is. And people ask me for advice about the fresh turkeys, and I say, hey, just one thing: don't blow up your garage, right? I mean, that's the biggest advice I can give. But no, the deal is, hey, if you want a ribeye or you want something delicious like that, there is no other choice but to go to Fairway, either in person or by FairwayMeatMarket.com.
We couldn't agree more. We've been pushing that on the site. We actually get a lot of responses in the comments when we stream live on Twitch. People are talking about that they're actually cooking up a ribeye or some sort of meat product from you guys, saying that they were glad that they found out about you guys through our podcast. So, we're really excited about how this is going. Tyler is on strike 89. We'll let you know when he gets to 100. Maybe then I'll have to think about having him grab a couple Apple boxes and heading out. But I guess the last thing that I'd ask from you today is if you could maybe give Tyler a nice stern talking to for for this big mess up. Is there anything you'd like to just get off your chest about Tyler?
Tyler, hey, the reality is it's 2020, so we got to blame everything on 2020. It's almost over. We only have a month left, so you start out fresh in January 1st, and I just hope when you get to wherever you're going and you put that key in the door that it actually opens.
All right, well, I appreciate it. That's the kind of confidence I needed out of the higher ups for sure.
That actually was. We have a segment with Ryan about motivational moments, and that was a little mini motivational moment right there. Screw 2020, blame everything on 2020. January 1st, 2021 is our year. Reynolds, this has been fun. I'm glad to have you on, and we appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to kind of talk to Tyler about his big mishap of the week last week.
Miles and Tyler, I can't wait to actually get to meet you in person and drink a cold Busch Light with you and have a good fairway ribeye. So we'll have to get that done right after the first of the year.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
sounds great to us. Appreciate it, man. Well, I can't wait for that cold beer.
All right, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, and fairwaymeatmarket.com, your place to go.
There we go.
All right. Thanks.
What a good little segment there with Mr. Kramer, Mr. Fairway himself. I'm really glad that Tyler could learn his lesson, hopefully. Maybe not go on to strike number 90 too soon, Ryan.
It turned into another motivational moment that I wasn't even expecting.
Yeah. I understand now why he is the CEO. He motivates his people and is running a good ship over there. So, Ryan, why don't you close down this podcast?
Guys, thanks again for listening in to episode 94 of the You Betcha Radio podcast. Before we go, we would just like to thank Gina's Designs of the Heartland. Gina's Designs of the Heartland handcrafts, hand paints all of the wood pine signs on our website. We got 3 different colors of the Nectar of the Gods sign. We got the blue, we got the orange, and we got the black in 3 different sizes. Thank you, Gina, for putting together such a great product. You can find those on our website, oubetcha.com, or on Gina's, etsy.com/shop/GDOT Heartland. Guys, if you're looking for a good gift for dad or for anybody, for the man cave, the garage, anything, a Gina's sign is going to be exactly what you guys are looking for. So go check them out. Thank you again, Gina's. We really appreciate it. And guys, the Black Friday sale is in full swing at oubetcha.com. Free Midwest's best flag. This is a 3-foot by 5-foot flag. This isn't just some tiny flag, Miles. This is a 3 by 5 foot flag.
It would be funny though if it was a 3 by 5 inch.
It's like a little, like a little piece of fabric. That's gonna go great on any golf cart, any pontoon, in any garage, anywhere where you're going to be representing the Midwest. So go check that out, oubetcha.com. Any order of $25 or more is going to get a free Midwest's best flag. I am Ryan, the T-shirt guy.
And I am Miles, the You Betcha guy. May your ranch always be runny. Your dog brew forever be cold. Hit subscribe. Give us a rating. Give us a review on the podcast. It would be greatly appreciated.
We read the reviews too.
Yep. Cheers, Ryan. Oh my God, that's cold. Wow.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.